Hi guys, it's Prediction Friday. And as you can see behind me, we're doing things a little different. No fancy chroma key. You can see my studio elements right behind me. Very basic, very raw, right? Well, why am I doing it that way? Because I think that's exactly what the Packers need to do. Get back to the basics. We're going to talk about my prediction tonight. We're going to catch up with you guys and what your predictions are. I'll be interested to see those following the loss against the Broncos. We'll be catching up with JR, see what his prediction is. It's all about Prediction Friday at GreenBayPackerNation.com. Okay, guys, well, first things first, I want to give a quick shout out before we get into your predictions to my new friend Tyler down at Sand Creek in my hometown, Black River Falls, Wisconsin. Tyler, I'm wearing the Oscar shirt. All right, just want to say hi. I hope you're doing well, keeping it on the road back home in BRF. So, now, let's talk about what your predictions were, okay? So, they've been coming in. We've had quite a few. I can only get to so many, but let's see what we've got here. I thought that there might be more negative predictions, more predictions that the Packers were going to possibly lose this one. Carolina Panthers being an undefeated team, Green Bay having to play away in their home. So let's see what we've got for Prediction Friday. And we will start out with Ian says Packers 33, Panthers 28. Rogelio says we're going to come back with a vengeance. We're going to play angry. Packers 30, Panthers 14. Jimmy didn't put a number on it, but said that we are going down. So there, apparently he thinks we're going to lose that one. So I actually expected more of those. But what we see is Mark 17-14 Packers. Marshall 28-17 Packers. Jess says 31-28 Packers in a close one. Rick 31-23 Packers. David says 31-21 Packers. Kathy 27-21 Packers. Tyler 35-21 Packers. He put a correction in there. Let's see, I lost my place, so now I'm going to have to go back and find it. Let's see. Tyler, there's Lisa says 30-17 Packers. Rebecca, 29-25, go Pack go. Misty says 30-27 Packers. A lot of people calling for a closer game. I'm surprised. A lot of people still thinking the Packers are going to score 30 or more in this one. I'm not there with that one. You'll hear in a minute my thoughts on that. Michael, 27-20, Packers prevail. Let's see, our own Jeff Hayes has 28-27 Packers, says he's got a bad feeling about this one, but he's going to go 28-27 Packers. Sam says 27-17, Packers by 10. Layla, 33-14 Packers, and the list goes on from there. I wish I could get to all of them, folks, but I can't. I'm surprised. I thought maybe there would be some more people thinking the Packers could very easily drop 2 in a row after losing to the Broncos last Sunday night. I am so on the fence about this game, so I've got to make a prediction, right? So it's time. It's time, all right? Here are my thoughts. I mentioned at the beginning of this little video that the Packers need to get back to basics. I think there are 2 keys that you can watch for in this game. If they improve, the Packers win this game. If they don't improve, the Packers lose. It might sound simplistic to say it, but these are my 2 keys to this game. The Packers have to get back to running the ball effectively, and the Packers have to stop the run on defense. Those are the 2 keys to the game as far as I'm concerned. You can talk about the wide receivers not getting open. There are going to be plenty of opportunities for wide receivers if the Packers get back to running the ball and getting themselves into third and manageable position and having an open playbook on third down. If we don't, Carolina Panthers are going to do what every other team has done. They're just going to drop a bunch of guys and cover our wide receivers. And then we'll sit back and wonder why Aaron Rodgers can't, after scrambling for 7 minutes or 7 seconds, doesn't complete a pass. Football doesn't work that way. We're very fortunate to have one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in the business. But when teams can drop that many people into coverage, we are not going to have success. It starts with the run game. Our offensive line has been giving Aaron Rodgers enough time. What we need to do is see them create cutback lanes, create holes, and then I want to see Eddie Lacy become the man again. I know he's been dinged up, but he's also not been himself since the beginning, in my opinion. I think James Starks is banged up as well. That's a tough thing to go through. But the Packers have to be able to run the ball. Okay, so on offense, I think it's a house of cards that's falling down if we can't run the ball. If we can run the ball, I think we're going to see a lot of improvement in a lot of areas. One comment, Rogelio said that we're going to play angry, and I agree. I think this is an angry team right now. They are, in the interviews, you can see that they are not happy. Randall Cobb in particular was upset with his interview. He closed his mouth, paused, and waited rather than saying anything. But then what he did say was, I don't know what you want me to tell you. And that was big for me because you don't see Randall Cobb acting like that. I think, Rogelio in particular, I think playing angry is going to be great for us in terms of Eddie Lacy. If he's running angry, that's going to be fantastic. If the defense plays angry, I think that's going to bode well because that's how we should play on defense all the time. The only concern I have is I was concerned that Randall Cobb looked angry. I don't think it helps our wide receiver core and Aaron Rodgers to play angry because that game is such a finesse part of the game and it takes so much being in sync, timing, things like this. I think playing angry might actually be a detriment to us in that particular regard. But other than that, I tend to agree. I think we're going to play mad, and I think it can bode well for us for the most part. Okay, so that said, I'm assuming that we run the ball, and I'm assuming that we stop the run on defense. But this is a Packer team that with Jordy Nelson expects to average 30 points a game, just like they did in 2014. Without Jordy Nelson, this is not an offense that is ready to average 30 points a game. So, do we get it against the Carolina Panthers? To me, it's kind of like the Broncos. This is not the game to expect our offense to break out, in my opinion. I think we are good for 21 to 24 points in this game. And I'm going to say, because I got to put my numbers up, I will say 24. We scored, 10 against the Broncos? That's a better defense, but I don't know that playing angry is going to offset us that much. I will give the Packers 24. I think we score 2 through the air with a run game that is enough to force defenses to stay fundamental, a little bit fundamental. So I think we score 2 through the air, 1 on the ground, and Mason Crosby kicks a field goal. 24 points for the Packers. Now, can the defense stop the Panthers' offense if they stop the run again? Again, that's my caveat. I think we can hold the Panthers' offense to 21. I would want to say. I'd love to think we give them 14 and then we hold them to a field goal for 17. But I'm going to hedge my bet a little bit just because our defense has been giving up so many yards and the Panthers are playing at home. So I'm going to say Packers 24, Panthers 21. But I can see that the final touch on the Panthers may kind of be in a garbage time touchdown because if we're up 24 to say 10 or something like that and they end up with 17 or 21, I don't know, whatever. I'll say 21. 24-21 Packers. And I think this is one that I think it's going to be an exciting game. However, the closeness of my personal prediction what I would love to see, I would love to see a lot of what you guys are saying come true, that we score over 30 and we truly dominate this Panthers team. I think it can happen. It's not that I don't think it can. I think the potential is there for that. The thing with me is I'm at the point where I've stuck up for our offense for so many weeks that now I'm kind of in a wait-and-see approach. You show me, and then I'll believe it. So I'm going to say 24-21 Packers, and I'm going to hope with many of you that we score over 30 points and hold them to, say, 17. I think it's possible. I do think that is possible. Part of my brain says, I think after the Broncos game, it's time to close up my predictions a little bit and wait for the Packers to show me how great they can be. And I think they can be great. And I don't want to sound like I'm not a fan, because I will root for this team. I bleed green and gold. I will root for this team till I draw my final breath. Trust me. But in terms of predictions, I think this one might be a close one. I would be more than happy to win a close game against the Carolina Panthers at home. Because what you're looking at then is down the road, if we can hold the line, we could very easily stretch out our lead against the Minnesota Vikings. Because if we can pull it off against Carolina, it's a very good possibility that Minnesota cannot handle the St. Louis Rams defense, and we once again are in good position in the NFC North. But then also looking to the future, if it comes down to a tie, then the Carolina Panthers will already have dropped one game. But even if both teams win out and we tie at the end of the season, that one loss is to the Green Bay Packers. That game is going to be played at Lambeau, which could make all the difference, as you've seen how important home field advantage is this year in particular. So, 24-21 Packers, that's my prediction. Let's send it over to JR and see what he has to say about this game.
Well, it's time for video predictions again, and man, was I off on last week. I was way overconfident in the team's ability to make the next step forward. It was pretty disappointing because I really thought that the Packer offense would make the next step forward, but it didn't even come close. So, needless to say, this is going to be a little bit more conservative prediction. This week we meet Carolina, and Carolina is ranked number 1 in rushing offense and as a top 10 defense. So this is not going to be easy, and to boot, it's at their home field. It's going to be another big challenge for the Packers. I do think the Packers are going to bounce back from this Broncos debacle, but I don't expect we're going to make a leap forward. I would say that the Packer offense is probably going to bounce back to the form it was in prior to just completely falling apart against the Broncos. Of course, with this being a top 10 defense, I don't expect we're going to score more than 2 touchdowns and a field goal. The Packer defense, I think against a number 1 run offense, they're going to have a tough time. They've been doing the bend, don't break thing for a long while, but it's difficult, at least in what I've seen of Carolina. It's been difficult for teams to get to the point where they don't break. They've bent and then fallen apart in the red zone, and Jonathan Stewart's just kind of walked in. Not just Stewart, but Cam Newton on the read option. I don't really expect that Carolina will be able to do against the Packers defense what they've done against most of the defenses they've run up against. Number 1, the Packers showed that we did a much better job against Kaepernick in the first time we came up against a really heavy read option offense. Now, Cam, I think, runs the read option better than Colin does. But I think the Packers are playing much more sound defense against the read option, not biting so hard and going so aggressively that they can't get back into the play when it doesn't go the direction they think it's going to go. Again, I think the Packers' offense will get back on track. I really kind of expect that it's going to be a close game, and I hate to, I always hate to pick losses for the Packers, but I really have a bad feeling about this game. So I think the Packers are going to score 17 points in this game, but I think that the Carolina offense is going to be probably a little too much. They'll slow them down, but a little too much to stop them completely. I would expect that it's probably going to be a 17-24 Packer loss in Carolina. But as always, I hope I'm wrong.
Okay, well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. One thing we are doing up until the Panthers game, we have a contest or a drawing for a $25 gift certificate at the Packers Pro Shop. All you have to do to get into this drawing is subscribe to our YouTube channel. And so you should see above me the place you need to go. You can just click on the banner above. Go to the site. You need to fill out the form, and you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And once you do that, you will be entered to win. It's as simple as that. And we just want to do something nice. You guys are great. We're trying to build our subscription base. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways on our YouTube channel. So we want all of you to be subscribers to our YouTube channel. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff. We actually will have JR probably jumping on a show with me here in the future. I'm excited about that. But anyway, click above. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe to that, fill out the form, and get yourself some free stuff. I mean, you know, who doesn't want free stuff, right? Well, thank you again for watching. We'll see you back here next Friday on Prediction Friday at GreenBayPackerNation.com.